Hey everybody, Was Addict here. So I want to talk about people who find recovery while in addiction, and what one thing out there is waiting for them, but they got to find it, yeah. And myself being the hardest in my life was to be working in recovery and in addiction. So firstly, let's start on this, yeah. So there is something out there that's going to help you get clean, but where do you find it when such and such, yeah? I've been in and out of my addiction, and that the farthest I go is to 6 months until I go back into old ways, not knowing that I had an addiction to start off with until I finally stopped and realized going to a year without using was quite a struggle, and found out that I'm an addict. So when I used to go to work, I've had many jobs, and some of them were getting a job through recovery, and I'd work there and I do really good in jobs, yeah, like I learn very fast. But the thing is, I can do a job for about 6 months, yeah, and then what would happen to me is that I would go into robot kind of way. So because I had been doing this for 6 months, I basically knew what to do, but I physically and mentally wasn't there. So I'm basically your body is out of your actual body, and I'm sitting back and I'm watching myself do make coffees and do the work that was happening. And now down the track, I find out that I got dissociation disorder, sorry. And basically, when you have that is when you get triggered and that your body shuts off and it goes into defense mode, and that's when I would go into losing myself, yeah. And then pretty much I'd get back on it, and then in and out. So that, to me, I've lost all my jobs, because once I hit that stage of dissociation, it's pretty much downhill from here. And then when I start using, I'll go to work on it, but then eventually it would just start to go down, and I'd lose my job. Now I got into recovery, and the reason why and how I got into recovery, and this is the one thing that worked for me, is COVID come. And when COVID was here, I basically we weren't allowed out to go and find a job. So I basically thought, this is my chance to get myself together. I'm not being pushed out into the world, and I can concentrate on me and learn how to deal with me and what is next for my recovery. And that's how that happened, yeah. Even after getting past that, and I've been asked to get jobs, most likely I've fallen, and I did have a job, and it lasted about a year. Pushed really hard, but then again I got dissociation disorder, and that's why I do go back too, because I just want to be, numbed from all the things that I feel. And dissociating disorder, if I would use or drink, I would come back to reality, yeah. So that was my main thing with that. But like I'm saying, I was just watching a video on Nick, and everyone's saying that he's not going to make it, blah 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 blah. But there's one thing out there that can save you, and I don't know what it is. He didn't know what it was until it comes to you, in front of you, and you realize this is one thing that's going to get me clean and sober. You can go to 50 rehabs, you can go to all these things, you can turn to God. Some people go through God, some people go through rehabs, but there is something out there that is going to come, and that's going to save you. But you've got to be on the lookout, yeah. You got to know, like, I practiced so much things when I got into recovery, and I discovered myself, yeah. Now I still get dissociation disorder a lot, but I understand it now, and I know when it happens. I just got to rest, I've got to wait for it to pass. Previously, if I had it, then I would, get really depressed, because one minute I'm okay, the next day, I'm really fucked, and basically I'd stay down in that low feeling. But now I have a day off from whatever gave me dissociation disorder, and then I move forward. And understanding that has been massive to me. And now that I don't have to go into the workforce, I've got time to concentrate on me. So when I'm turning up to the places for, being, before I had to go on the mental health payment, I would get there 1 hour early, and just, it was terrible. any appointment I had, I get there 1 hour early, because I got to get my mind in frame to, you know, whatever's, yeah. And I also went back to drinking because it made me feel good. It made me, you know, they all made me feel real, yeah. So when I'm not on alcohol or drugs, it makes me feel very distant, yeah. It's like something's controlling my body. It's not me, and I'm just watching it from afar. So now knowing that I don't have to go and be a normal living person because of my illnesses and my back problems and stuff, life has been great for the last year because it's just all about me, yeah. And I'm getting the right amount to be able to live, but also be able to work on myself and have the time this year to get through my trauma of sexual assaults, you know. So it's at a good position and a good place, yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. With Nick, I was watching Nick, you know, he's gone through rehabs, he's gone through everything, and one thing that has got him clean is the sober living place through Patrick, and that's okay. You know, that's okay, because everyone finds that escape, and when you've got it, doesn't matter why and how. Don't judge them, don't judge him. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's, you know, people say, you know, he's not going to make it, he's still got problems inside, but they're teaching him how to be a human, how to cook, how to clean, how to go out without slipping, you know, teach it. Like, it may not be a facility of doctors and all that kind of stuff, but they're still doing the ways. I didn't get help through anyone. I did it myself. I did self-healing, discovery, shadow work, blah blah blah. Not many people could do that way, yeah. I did it quite intensely for about 4 years, and whether he is put there for, you know, for the money wise, you know, getting lots of views and blah blah, if he's got an opportunity to get clean and sober like that, like, let's let him do it, you know. Let's let these people who are going through their way, and you might think that's not right way, let them live, let them find recovery. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's one thing out there that's going to help you, and that's going to be your, let's go, self-discovery to find it. You know what I mean? I know that if I was to be put out in the workforce again, I would fall apart. I'm safe in my house. I've got my baby, I've got my Santoshi, do you know what I mean? I'm safe here. I've got my car, I can go get food, whatever. I like my little space. I've had many opportunities to go join people to, you know, spread the word and talk about addiction and, you know, stuff like that. But I'm just about sharing videos and going live on my account. I don't cross that line because I know I can't function with too much on my plate. So I do have to say no to some of the things that have come in front of me, yeah, and they're great opportunities, but that's not for me. And I know mentally, because I've studied myself and I know how it rolls, and unfortunately I have to let it go and just do what I want to do. And I'm still spreading my word, I'm still touching people and letting people know that there is recovery, and you just got to hold on, yeah, and then just find what works with you. So test it, you know. If it's not working, try something else, yeah. And it's a long journey, right? You got to really put your heart and soul into it, yeah. If you're not all there to put it in, then you won't make it. If you're ready, you'll just do anything and everything to find it. And I found it through COVID because I wasn't forced to go outside and find a fucking job. I was put inside to be alone and understand why I'm like this and how to get out of it. I couldn't even leave my front step when I got clean and sober. I used to when I was high on drugs and drunk. I had to learn how to, like, be normal because I've been an addict. That's all I knew. I could become an addict at 16 years old. So myself went back to the age of 16 and I had to relive it. Now I'm a full-grown adult now. Like, I got my own house, got my own car, I have to clean, I have to look after my fucking cat. Like, real life now, and nothing else matters to me now on the outside world. As long as I'm strong inside and I just keep myself in tune, know what to do, not to do, I'll be sweet, yeah. I'm over 1 year and 2 months off my relapse, meth and alcohol, and I'm soaring through, yeah. I'm fucking ready, and this year has been great. I've been facing things, you know, through sexual trauma, and it's going to keep going until this year ends, and then, you know, brand new. And that's me, guys. Was addict. I wouldn't be here unless I got clean and sober, and that is me. I am here because I was addict. I chose my path.